think moving to Uptown, it was exciting. You know, the idea, we kind of got to see the arena get constructed, and we were here with hard helmets doing a walkthrough. And I think just being in the city brought a lot of excitement. And for players, this is where you wanted to be. This is where the action was. The Uptown area was really growing. Buildings were going up, condos and apartments and restaurants. And so it was an exciting time. And I think, you know, being the first year here, it just brought a lot of excitement, you know, within the team and I think within the community.
We were happy to move into a brand new building, but I know that the history that it represented, we enjoyed that we had a chance to play in there and get a feel for what that history was, but it was definitely time to move on and let the Bobcats have their own signature.
The new arena was the wow factor of, like anything, it's a brand new toy. You got it and it's shiny and it looks good, it smells good, it's an exciting accomplishment. It's one thing to have a team which is made up of people, and the other is to have a structure, a building that sort of defines what the team means to Charlotte.
It was our second season. We played the Celtics. David Stern came down and attended the game. You now know the source of my nervousness. And he was approving of the arena and the sellout and the win, and it was just a great night for us. It was a great opening night.
No. Bogans handles it. Bobcats win. The Bobcats win. Celebrate, Charlotte. 107-105. Charlotte in overtime over the Boston Celtics.
Typical Matt Carroll. I mean, he fit in the right situation at the right time. I remember probably the best game he ever had. We're playing the Lakers. Home game in December, and Kobe goes off for 58. We go into double overtime with those guys. Matt Carroll scores 27, I think it's his career high.
You know, I think back on the big game, and I think the Lakers probably stick out in my head the most. For some reason, we had a lot of success against the Lakers at the time. You know, this is when they had Kobe, you know, and obviously Gasol when they were a championship team. And, you know, I think we really got excited, you know, for them to come to town.
Kobe to tie. He does. 56 points, Kobe Bryant.
You know, and I remember those games, you know, for me as a kid growing up watching, you know, Kobe was a little bit older than me out of Philadelphia, and always, you know, looked up to him as a player and had a chance to play against him for all those years. And, you know, we beat him quite a few times too. And me personally had a lot of big games against the Lakers, a lot of overtime victories, and those stick out in my head quite a bit.
What an unbelievable win here for the Bobcats, downing the Lakers in triple overtime in front of the largest crowd in the history of the Bobcats.
Every night playing with the Bobcats made me feel like I was myself more than any other team that I played on. Maybe my first 2 years in Cleveland, but after that was the best version of Brevin that I could have seen.
I think for the most part, you know, it was a team that brought basketball back to Charlotte. There was a lot of players, a lot of coaches that came through the city of Charlotte, and I think really, you know, will remember their experience here and help them, you know, professionally and career-wise. But I think at the end of the day, the Bobcats, you know, should remember for just the competitiveness and just their effort they give every night.
I am very proud to be a Charlotte Bobcat, and it's the one thing I always correct people when they say that. I have no disrespect towards what the Hornets organization is now, what it was then, but I was extremely proud of what Bernie was able to do with Bob Johnson and Tab Scott, and there's a whole list of people that you can go down that really did a lot for basketball in general to come back to that area, and then give guys like myself who thought maybe I don't have anything left in the tank to what other people thought. They gave guys a chance to show that you can play, whether it be there or you move on to another situation. It was a great training ground, learning situation for a lot of people.
Just good experiences, you know, and I think being part of the Bobcats and obviously now working for the Hornets and seeing both sides of the organization and how things have kind of developed over time, I just have fond memories, you know, and that's why I'm still here in Charlotte. You know, like I said before, I value the relationships that I've made here.
Well, I think, you know, what the Bobcats will be remembered for is, you know, gradually building hope and trust back in our community that pro basketball could again become a part of the fabric of this community.
Hopefully, the city will remember us as a group that tried its best to recapture the glory of the NBA competition in Charlotte while being people uniquely connected to that community. And if that's a legacy that we're remembered for, it's a pretty good one.